Hey guys, it's Angel. Waiting for Design Space to come back up, so I was going to jump on and do a quick tutorial on Ombre effect using Loctite Method. So I've got my cup, and the spray paint's horrible today because I jumped in and out of the sliding glass door, so it kind of ran, but we're going to cover it up anyway. I'm working on a Missouri Tigers cup. It will look like this when I'm done, hopefully. Right. And the glitters I'll be using are Dottie Mae's Glitter Sahara Gold, and then Diesel Smoke and Glitter Fishing in the Dark, just because it gives a good sparkle on the bottom. For the Loctite, this brand that I got was the high performance one. It's the red bottle. I do also use the green bottle that's like a multi-purpose, which is fine. Both work fine. The only thing you want to watch for when you buy it is some of them have these little squares on them, and if it says web, W-E-B, then that will shoot out like silly string, and you obviously don't want that to shoot on your cup. So we will get started. I'm going to kind of move you down so you can see what I'm doing here. Alright. So I have like just one of these little metal trays I get from Sam's. I threw some paper in the bottom, and then I put a paper plate in the bottom also. Usually I do this in the garage, but it's super cold. I do got some heaters going on out there, but for right now we'll just do this. I'm just jumping in and out of the sliding glass door, spraying my spray so I'm not getting the spray all over the garage, and then coming back in and putting it on my cup. So what I do normally is I start with the top color, and I'll spray around just basically like to the black part. So I'll spray this whole top part down to the black, and I'll do that all the way around. Let me jump out and do that real quick. And I'm just stepping right outside the door, maybe. And if you guys have questions, you can message me for sure. I'm battling an inner ear infection or something. So I just start here at the bottom and go up. And most of the time I'll just kind of do a quick round around the top edge, because for whatever reason the top edge and the bottom edge dry really fast, and then just go back to up and down what I was doing. And I'll just do one coat here. Most colors I do 2 to 3 coats, depending on the color. If it's white, you can almost guarantee you're going to have to do 3 coats. Some of the darker colors you don't really have to. So I'm just going to step out. Again, I'm going to spray it around that top area. And again, like I said, I'm battling an ear infection, so I'm kind of on the dizzy side, but I got to get this cup done. So I did this on a video so that if I fall and make a fool of myself, I'm not on live camera, basically. And if Design Space would come up, I would have done a live with some water slide or something, but it's still down for me. I've got a lot of work to do, so I wish it would come up. One more day off, so maybe I can get some in tomorrow. And I just shake the excess off so it gets down in the paper plate, and then I'll put that down back in the container when I'm done. So that's what we got so far. That looks pretty good to me. I might do one more just to have it. That top edge I just worry about. Sometimes it'll drift my glitter off there if I don't seal it really good. And as you can see, I'm not waiting any time in between doing this, so there's no wait time. And for me, I know people love the epoxy method, and I've used it, still use it for certain items, but for me, time saving, this is the way to go. I worked 40 hours in the course of a 3-day period, and then I got to try and get all my work done before I go back to work, so, or all my cups. So this is the fastest way for me, and then I can also get done the top coat, the bottom coat, and if I want to add chunky onto it, I can do that all in one sitting. So I'm just going to set the gold over here for right now, and we will get the black, and I will get a different paper plate. I just kind of do one for each color. I've got my arm wrapped in saran wrap. I just wrap it around there, put it over top of my glove. When you're done, you don't have any glitter on your arm or anything. Some people use plastic bags, Walmart bags and stuff. That works too. Okay, now I'm going to spray the bottom part up to about my gold line there the first time around. Alright, and I start on the bottom. And this one, I will go around the bottom ring a little bit here. Again, the bottom and top ring tend to dry the fastest. And then I just go up and down. And I'm only going up to about where the gold starts, because I'm going to do more than one coat of this. Probably, I only have to do 2 on this one. And I don't go too crazy about shaking it with this one because I don't want a bunch of gold to go down in my black glitter. Alright, we're going for round 2, and I think probably I will overlap a little bit onto my gold and see if I can do my ombre on this layer. I may have to add another layer, but we'll see. Okay, so again, bottom, get the bottom real good, go around the edge. And up, and I go ahead and do this part again up and down just to make sure I got enough coverage. All right. Yeah, I really need one more coat. I got a couple little spots here. If you can see, it's kind of, you can still kind of see through it a little dab. Just a little bit of spray there and see what I can do here. Again, it dries super fast, so no need to like wait. Okay, I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit there because I think our bottom's pretty good. It's just the side had a little bit of leftover areas. All right, and then when I go to do the ombre, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of tilt it, and I'm going to hold the glitter up a little higher, and I'm going to aim for right around the line where the 2 meet. And again, up high, but I kind of aim for that line. There's all kinds of different types of ways to do this. I've heard people using like tea strainers and all kinds of stuff. This works best for me. You know, what works best for me may not work best for everybody, but I would venture to say you can still use the Loctite method when you're doing it then. And just make sure I go around real good. Alright, that looks pretty good. And then what I will do at the end, sorry, gotcha. What I will do at the end is I take the gold and I go back over one more time. Any spots that kind of look like I overlap my black just a little much, I'll just kind of dab a little gold over it. Alrighty, I had a couple little spots I thought I saw. And it just kind of touches it back up. Obviously this will work with the gold. It doesn't necessarily work that well if you have white. So you got to be a little more careful with the white. Alright, and again I just kind of shake it just a little dab. And that is it, guys. And then I use the 2x clear spray on mine afterwards. Spray it pretty good. I'll give it a good spray here and show you what let's make sure I got all this. Yep, looks good. I will spray it real quick and show you what I got. I sprayed mine pretty good. That's pretty like wet looking. Now I have these little paper towel holders I get from Dollar Tree. That's what I use to put mine on. So I just kind of slide it in there and let it sit until it's dry. Really the test that I do is when you're all done, it's dry. Usually give it, I mean, it's dry usually in about 15-20 minutes at the most when I soak it down like that. But I give it usually like an hour. If you go to touch on it and you pull back like a bunch of glitter on your hands, then you haven't got enough sealer on it. You'll need to spray another round of sealer on it. And then I just do that. That way it doesn't move around on your glitter doesn't move around when you put your epoxy on it. So that's the best way to do that. Other than that, that's what I got. Just doing this in this format so I can post to a couple different places, and I will look forward to doing some lives when I'm feeling a little bit better. Thanks. Bye.